Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video today. And today, we're going to be talking about the Houston Astros potentially trading for a familiar face, a player who won the World Series with the Astros and played 35 games for the Astros in 2022, was a trade deadline acquisition in the 2022. The 2022 trade deadline was very solid for the really solid for the Astros in the postseason in 2022 on their run to win the World Series. Has won 2 World Series in the past, also won with 2018 with the Boston Red Sox. And yeah, so he was with the Twins this season, left the Astros to go to the Twins for the 2023 season. But now the Twins are exploring moving on from Christian Vazquez, who spent this season with the Twins playing 102 games and with 355 plate appearances, 327 at-bats, 34 runs scored, 73 hits, 13 doubles, had 6 home runs for 32 RBIs, a batting average of 223, which is the lowest batting average of his career, lowest batting average since 2016. Or sorry, his lowest it's not the lowest batting average of his career, but it's his lowest batting average since 2018 with the Red Sox, which was 207. His OPS was 598, which is the lowest in a season since 2016 for him, which was only his second season in the MLB. So, yeah. In 2022, though, with the Astros and the Red Sox, he played 35 games with the Astros. Keep in mind, he was acquired at the trade deadline and had 108 plate appearances with 104 at-bats, 8 runs scored, 26 hits, had 1 home run and 10 RBIs with a batting average of 250. But that was only in 35 games, and he was the backup catcher. But he did really good in the postseason for the Astros. 2022, before the Astros traded for him with the Red Sox, he played 84 games with 318 plate appearances, 294 at-bats, 33 runs scored, and 83 hits, and had 20 doubles, 8 home runs, 42 RBIs, and had a batting average of 282. So in the total season, 2022 finished with 9 home runs, 52 RBIs, and a batting average of 274. So I just want to talk about the Astros potentially trading for him. I mean, it is a report saying that the Twins are are shopping around Christian Vazquez and are looking to potentially trading away the catcher who was on the Astros last season, was with the Twins this season. And there's a lot of teams that are interested. But the Astros, who are most likely moving on from Martin Maldonado this offseason, who was their starting catcher, but have Yainer Diaz, who will become their starting catcher this season without a doubt. It's already basically been confirmed from GM Dana Brown. Yainer Diaz will be the starting catcher, but the Astros need to figure out a backup catcher plan for the Astros. I would doubt they're going to want to bring back Martin Maldonado. There's not a lot of great free agency ideas to bring in guys. So I was thinking, like, you got a good, you'd definitely be bringing in a good hitter with Christian Vazquez. And the Astros are all about trying to make their pitchers comfortable with, having a catcher. You saw how, I don't like Martin Maldonado a lot because he was such a terrible hitter. But I think a lot of Astros fans got to remember this. Like, the Astros pitchers, their starting pitching rotation, they were so attached to Martin. That's one of the reasons why it was so hard for the Astros to get rid of him, because I mean, guys like Framber Valdez and Justin Verlander, and there's a couple other guys like Christian Javier who love having Martin Maldonado as their catcher. They have a lot of comfort when Martin Maldonado was catching for them, and it might take some adjusting for Yainer Diaz being their catcher next year, which I think ultimately everything will be fine. But why not, with your backup catcher replacement, where you're going to be replacing Yainer Diaz as the backup catcher, because Yainer Diaz is replacing Martin Maldonado as the starter. Someone needs to replace Yainer Diaz as the backup. Why not add in a good hitter like Christian Vazquez, and who's been a very solid hitter throughout his career, has a nearly 260 batting average throughout his career, and even though he's not a great home run hitter, did hit 23 home runs in 2019 with Boston, but besides the 23 home runs in 2019, he's never had a double-digit home run season in his career. But he's a good hitter. He's a very solid hitter when knocking in RBIs. when there's runners in scoring position. He's a really good efficient hitter as well. I mean, he has a 260 batting average in his career, and these guys know him too. These pitchers know him. Most of the guys know him. So I think there would be some comfort there for your starting pitchers for the Astros when Yander Diaz is not catching, and they don't have to get a new relationship with somebody new. So I think that'd be another definitely great pro for the Astros to trade for Christian Vazquez. But let's go over what a trade could look like for the Astros to land Christian Vazquez. I'm going to go over what I think would get the deal done. You might have to send over a top 30 prospect. That's definitely possible. I'm going to say that you send David Hensley, who definitely the Twins could be interested in getting an infielder. And then also there's a top 30 prospect. I believe he is number 28 right now for the Astros. His name is Tamara something. Let me look it up real quick. And he had at one moment he was a top 10 prospect for the Astros, I am pretty sure, and was absolutely killing it for the Astros in the minor system. It is Masail Tamares, who is the 30th best prospect for the Astros, is a right-handed pitcher, and is in AAA, I believe, and is expected to make his major league debut in 2023. So I think I hope I'm saying his name right. It's either Masail Tamares, who's a right-handed pitcher, is the 30th best prospect, but at one point he was like in the top 15 or the top 12 earlier in the season. He's expected to make his major league debut in 2023. The Twins could use another arm for their rotation if it comes to the point of Tamares potentially makes his major league debut for the Twins. And you'd also get a really nice player like David Hensley, who's hasn't been a great hitter, was not a good hitter for the Astros at all this season, but you look at what he did for the Astros in the postseason, and their postseason run in 2022 was really good for their team. He's a very solid infielder. He's really good at drawing walks. When he is playing his best baseball, he is a very solid hitter, and I think the Twins definitely could use his services as well. So I think David Hensley and Masail Tamares could definitely get the deal done for Christian Vazquez, but there's definitely a good chance you might have to add in a little bit more to land Christian Vazquez. But use some of your thoughts in the comment section. Do you think the Astros should trade for Christian Vazquez? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and peace out.